University of Hawaii. Dave, very relaxed before the game. Hard to believe, Chris, it comes down to this. All season long, we've been hoping it would come down to this, and it does. You see the Hawaii team there getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups and the rest of the players here tonight in the final two.
And their Miley Lays, gifts of Governor John Wahine, who gave them a little pep talk before the game tonight. There you see their beautiful Miley Lays, one around Suzanne Eagye. The girls are relaxed and ready for the biggest match of their career.
The governor was nice enough to come over and sprinkle salt around my seat, and that guaranteeing, of course, that we have no problems with the satellite and also wrapping up the victory for us. So the governor is here with his entourage, gave the girls, as you say, a pep talk, and we're looking forward to a great match here tonight. Hawaii against Stanford. Again, a reminder, these two teams met November 25th and 27th, right before and right after Thanksgiving. The last regular season match for both teams, and Hawaii won them both. Let's go to our PA announcer and hear about the lineups.
We have a 5'3" sophomore from Honolulu, Hawaii, number 4, Jami Paet. A 6' freshman from Manhattan Beach, California, number 5, Karrie Trieschman. A 5'9" freshman from Ojai, California, number 7, Leeana Merriweather. A 6'3" freshman from Aurora, California, number 12, Jami Long. And now for the starting lineup. A 5'11" sophomore from Long Beach, California, number 1, Teee Williams. A 5'6" senior from Kailua, Hawaii, number 2, Mahina Eleneki. A 5'9" junior from Torrance, California, number 6, Martina Cincerova. The floor captain for Hawaii, a 5'8" senior from Honolulu, Hawaii, number 8, Tita Ahuna. A 6'3" senior from San Diego, California, number 9, Suzanne Eagye. A 5'10" senior from Anchorage, Alaska, number 15, Diana Jessie. The head coach for Hawaii is Dave Shoji. The assistant coach is Dean Nowak, and the volunteer assistant is Michi Yoshino. Now for the Stanford Cardinal. A 5'9" freshman from Los Altos, California, number 4, Karen Anderson. A 6'2" sophomore from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 7, Jenny Chafee. A 5'9" freshman from Woodland Hills, California, number 9, Cheryl Conley. A 5'9" freshman from Coronado, California, number 14, Tracy Hughes. And now for the starting lineup for Stanford. A 5'10" junior from Anaheim, California, number 6, Amy Hayes. A 5'10" senior from Lake Arrowhead, California, number 8, Wendy Rush. The floor captain for Stanford, a 5'11" senior from Glen Ellen, Illinois, number 11, Nancy Reno. A 6' junior from La Jolla, California, number 13, Laura Olson. A 6' senior from Playa del Rey, California, number 18, Teresa Smith. And a 5'11" sophomore from Newport Beach, California, number 22, Laura Asper. The head coach for Stanford is Don Shaw, and the assistant coach is Ruben Nieves. Tonight's first referee is Bob Clark. And the second referee is
Chris, we're expecting a great match tonight. Just a reminder what happened the other night. Hawaii beating Illinois in 3 straight, but if you missed it, you're crazy, because it was one of the great matches of all time. That first game was 19-17. And of course, Stanford beating Texas 3-2, and some of the keys for tonight for Stanford, Chris.
Well, tonight, Stanford, in order to beat UH, in my opinion, they have to serve tough and take Hawaii out of their offense. Second thing they have to do is block and dig Ahuna and Eleneki. The All-Americans are going to get their side outs, but Stanford needs to stop Ahuna and Eleneki. And third, they have to score when Teee Williams is in the back row. When Tee's in the front, they're in trouble. Hawaii key, they've got to pass well in order to create one-on-one situations. That's the key for Martina Cincerova, to get a good pass to her. Number 2, they've got to neutralize Wendy Rush at the net. She's that All-American center for Stanford. Number 8, she's a great player. Hawaii must be aware when she's in the front row, otherwise she'll dump it like she did against Texas the other night. And finally, there's the Teee factor. Teee, and if she gets going, nobody will stop her. There's Coach Dave Shoji, just hoping that his team plays the best match of their life.
Teee, College Player of the Year, is a sophomore. She is one of the 2 players on the Hawaii starting 6 who will be back next year. As we said, 7 seniors here. Their last chance to bring home a national title. Stanford will serve. We're underway. Jessie up front. Teee Williams puts it down. It goes out. Ball set up front. Here's Teee again, off the blockers. Set up front. Stanford. Reno kept alive by Cincerova. Jessie up front. Here comes Stanford again. The step out factor, and Reno puts it away. One thing we must point out, Chris, we just found out in the pregame warm-up, Diana Jessie suffered a slightly strained back. Hopefully it'll loosen itself up. She has played her best this year when we've said she's had some malady, whether it were chicken pox or injured ankle or whatever. Tita Ahuna off the blockers, and it'll be side out for Hawaii. Their first chance to get on the board with Stanford leading 2-0.
And there's the gal who had a super match the other night against Illinois. She was the difference in the match. If she has a great one tonight, Hawaii will do well, I predict.
She is also the floor leader for Hawaii. She keeps this team going. Teee Williams with her first slam of the night. It's 1-2.
Well, Teee has hit one out. She's hit one down, and she's been blocked once. And that kind of average, I'm sure, will not continue. She's bound to get more kills than she does what they call zeros, or balls kept in play.
Ahuna serving. Ball is set up. Nancy Reno. Dug by Ahuna in the back. Jessie up front to Teee. She takes it over. Right there is Stanford. Ball hit outside. Teresa Smith. Nice dig in the back by Ahuna. There she goes. Eleneki has to just plop it over. Chance for Stanford to get the side out back. Smith off the blockers. It'll be side out to Stanford.
Teresa Smith right there, number 18, an All-American, All-Pac-10. She is one great player. Stanford looks to her a lot for side outs.
Smith and Reno, the 2 powerful keys up front for Stanford. Both All-Americans. Eleneki. Smith up front. Ball set up, and Smith puts it away. The other night, Smith hit for a .250 percentage. She has to get hotter tonight.
John, she did not have a good match at all the other night. She started out very slowly. It looks like she's playing possessed right now. She just cranked the first 2 balls.
Teee Williams. Tough time getting up for that one, but puts it right into Teresa Smith. It'll be side out for Hawaii with the score 1-3.
Both setters right away going to the right side an awful lot. Stanford trying to work on Mahina Eleneki as a blocker, and Hawaii is just trying to work on Stanford's right side block as well.
Ball smacked down. It'll be side out. Laura Olson puts it away for Stanford.
She doesn't get many sets, John, during the game, but the sets she does get, she usually does a good job with. She hits for a good percentage, usually around 300.
Eleneki up front. Diana Jessie blocked and kept alive by Rush. And Olson off the block. Eagye digs it. Teee Williams blocked, and Cincerova, great reflexes up front. Jessie blocked again. Jessie again. A great diving dig in the back, that time by Chafee. Jessie again. Another save in the back. Cincerova, Jessie. She puts it down. What a fantastic point that one was. John, Jessie, 4 times, Chris, she came through on that one.
Give her all the credit in the world. Strain back and all. She just kept ripping away. Stanford kept sneaking up, thinking one of those times she was going to tip it. She never did. She outfooled them. Diving
save by Smith. Stuffed down by Eagye, but kept alive by Stanford. Asper blocked up front. And Hawaii makes it 2-3.
That's one of the keys right there, is that Hawaii must have a more aggressive block tonight, especially on people like Asper.
Teee Williams, as the crowd is chanting, "Let's go, Bows." Non-committal crowd at this point, except from our good friends from Hawaii, of course, who are going to be going nuts with the tea leaves, the salt, the towels, and you name it, the lavas. They got it all tonight. Crowd of about 6,000 on hand. Tough jump serve by Stanford. Ball goes past Eagye. Jessie through the blockers, and it can't be saved as Wendy Rush, finishing out her career at Stanford. Rush has been a big name in Stanford volleyball over the years.
That's right. There's been a Rush setting for Stanford for the last 8 years. Her sister Karrie set before her, and this is Wendy's last go-around.
And Olesen is stuffed up front by Jessie.
Big block that time by Diana Jessie. Great stuff block. That's the kind of emotional factor that could get Hawaii going.
3-3. Cincerova serves it deep. Set up front by Rush. T. Williams up front. Cincerova, the great setter, to Jessie. Blocked and Eagye. Here's a chance for Hawaii now. Ahuna off the blocker. Net violation anyway. 4-3. Hawaii with their first lead of the night.
Smart set that time by Martina Cincerova to go back to Tita Ahuna. Get her involved in the game very early on.
Good save in the back row. Slap down that time as Amy Hayes gets stuffed by Hawaii. Jessie and Eagye.
Amy Hayes had a great run at the ball, a good swing, but Diana Jessie was just too quick for her and put the roof on her.
Cincerova stepping back a little deeper, serves it again. It's 5-3. Good save in the back row, and Reno can't put it over. The old "I got it, you take it" with Smith and Reno. There's a rarity. Stanford cannot afford to make these early errors. There you see Coach Don Shaw. He's been here many times before. Cincerova serving deep. She's been on a roll. Blocked up front by Hawaii. Ahuna. Eagye runs by, and Jessie. Reno up front. Olesen. Eleneki can't dive and save it, and Stanford finally gets the side out. 3-6.
That was Laura Asper at the end of that last play. Again, Wendy Rush testing Hawaii's block. They're hitting a lot of right side balls, and here we see Olesen stepping way back to serve. They want to get Hawaii in trouble passing-wise, but Eleneki puts it right on the spot.
Jessie hits it wide. It's 4-6. First error for Diana.
Actually, that was a very smart hit. The line was open. Diana had a great shot at it. She just missed it barely.
Serve goes out. Our referee tonight, Bob Clark. Our second referee or umpire, Verna Klubnikin.
Both from Southern California, both very capable officials. And here we see the Alaskan slammer back to serve it up short. Good strategy against this Stanford team, by the way.
Blocked up front by Hawaii, but it goes through the blockers. That time, Amy Hayes puts it away, and it'll be side out. And back to serve, Laura Asper, one of the 3 underclassmen in the starting 6 for Stanford. She's a sophomore from Newport Beach. Middle of the court, Teee up front to Cincerova. Ahuna. Ahuna couldn't get a good run up on that one. Chance for Stanford. Jessie keeps it alive. Eleneki calling for it. Ahuna just punches it deep. Chance for Stanford. Dinked over nicely. Nice play that time by Wendy Rush. It's 5-6.
That's one of the things that makes Wendy Rush an All-American. She picks the right time and place to put the ball over. Setters can't just throw it over anytime they feel like it. It's got to be well chosen, well timed. Wendy Rush does that as well as anybody in the country.
Eleneki is blocked. Chance for Stanford. Reno is blocked. Up front, Reno again. Stinks it. And Eagye with the slam dunk. The Eagye Eve puts it away.
John, the Hawaii team is playing with much more emotion than I've ever seen. And this reminds me of that Pacific match when they had the Clum Gym crowd to fire them up. They seem to be fired up by being in the final here. That's good to see.
6-5. Ball served down the line. Stanford sets it up. And again, another smart play by Wendy Rush. Senior from Lake Arrowhead just stuffs it down.
John, she is so quick. She makes that dump so quickly. It's very hard to read. And she absolutely killed Texas with 4 in a row the other night.
Amy Hayes serving, and T. Williams destroying it. Side out for Hawaii, 6-5.
Classic example of a team knowing that it's going to T. They had 2 blockers there, and she still powers it through them.
Stanford had their chance, Chris. T was in the back row for